Good afternoon. My name is Deborah Spar, and I am the MBA class of 1952 professor here at HBS. It is a pleasure to be with you all today and to formally celebrate Section J of the Harvard Business School class of 2020. I know that this moment and this format are not what you expected when you first moved onto campus in the fall of 2018. But graduations are always poignant and memorable moments, and I promise that this one will be particularly memorable. None of you, none of us will ever forget the day that the class of 2020 graduated from the Harvard Business School. In so many ways, of course, this is a tough time to be completing your education and venturing out into the world. But it's also in some ways a propitious time, because this is a moment when the world is about to change. It is ironic, perhaps, and certainly poetic, that you are the class of 2020, the class that can have the vision, must have the vision, to make the world a better place. Not by next Tuesday, necessarily, or even within the next decade, but at a pace that seems right to you, in whatever ways you dream about or stumble upon. Now, graduation comments generally spend a fair amount of time talking about graduates' desire to make the world a better place. But never before, or never at least in my lifetime, or in the lifetimes of most people joining us today, has the world needed wisdom and insight more than it does right now. Never have our collective communities had a greater need for people of foresight and imagination, for people who can crunch the numbers and run the regressions and still feel the pain and longing of other human beings. Never before has the world so desperately needed what each of you has been educated to do, to think critically, dream big, execute masterfully, and manage change. None of you knows yet how you will respond to these challenges. You really can't at this stage, and you probably shouldn't. But you should know and keep reminding yourself during life's inevitable turns and intersections that each of you has the power and the responsibility to shape the change you want to see. The precise form of this change will evolve slowly and idiosyncratically. It may be radical change within the firms you join or create, or more subtle shifts within your families or religious communities. It may involve fighting high-profile battles for global causes, or quietly helping those around you. The specifics, in my opinion, are far less important than the goal. To use your power, your privilege, your time on this planet to build lives that matter, and to make the world you leave behind you a little bit better than the one you found. My generation blew it. We believed, in the now immortal words of Francis Fukuyama, that we were living at the triumphant end of history, the end of global discord, the end of racism, the end of poverty. And so we nibbled at the margins of change, tweaking or adjusting the conditions around us, without really questioning the system in which they were embedded. You, the class of 2020, the HBS Section J class of 2020, have the challenge and the chance to do much bigger things. And I know you will. As you go out there, though, I also want you to remember that you are not alone. You have your family and your friends besides you, the same ones who are probably sitting right next to you on the couch right now, or zooming in from around the world. You have the entire community of Harvard Business School, past, present, and future. And you have your section, the incredible lions of Section J. So stay in touch with each other, even as you leave our virtual campus today. Stay close. Treasure the connections you have built and the bonds which will become even stronger as you begin to navigate this strange new world, your new world, together. Last year, when we met in Aldrich to say goodbye to the RC, Irene wrote that, quote, "Together, I hope to laugh, cry, and bumble through this time of our lives." I know that wish has proven true this past year. And so now I urge you to make it true in the future as well, to laugh, cry, and bumble together throughout the rest of your lives. Or in the equally eloquent words of Justin Munt, let's keep the magic rolling. You all have indeed built magic together. I know it because I've seen it, and I feel privileged to have been able to watch it unfold. I can't wait to see what happens next. But for now, what happens most immediately next is the official conferring of your MBA degrees. To start that process, we have a very short message from Jan Rivkin, chair of our MBA program.
Congratulations again to the class of 2020. You are now officially HBS graduates. You know, commencement day is my favorite day of the year. I love seeing our students so happy. I love seeing their families and friends rightly proud of their graduates and so excited about their bright futures. We now come to my favorite part of my favorite day of the year, the diploma ceremony, when we recognize each and every member of your section. As members of the class of 2020 are recognized, you'll hear mention of three kinds of honors. The first is distinction. This is for students who earned academic honors in both the first year and the second year of our program. The second is high distinction. These individuals not only earned honors in the first year and the second year, their combined academic performance placed them in the top 5% of their class as a whole. These students are also known as George F. Baker Scholars, commemorating the individual whose generosity in the 1920s allowed us to build the campus. I invite you to look at the Baker Scholars page on the Commencement Day website to learn more about the legacy of George F. Baker and this particular distinction. Third and last, but by no means least, the Dean's Award celebrates the extraordinary achievements of graduating students who, during their time at HBS, made distinctive contributions to Harvard Business School, or the broader community. These students have contributed to the well-being of others through extraordinary acts of leadership. Students and all members of the community nominate these individuals, and then Dean Noria makes the final selection. So please enjoy the diploma ceremony, celebrate each and every member of your section. I hope that your section will remain close as mine has, and I hope that these 2 years at HBS will be just the beginning of an ongoing conversation among you as you enjoy long, happy years of making differences that are meaningful to you and meaningful for the world. Be well and be close.
Now, if this were a typical graduation, this is the moment where I, or whoever is presiding, would get up on the stage, and each of you, clad in a very hot and indistinguishable robe, and most likely very uncomfortable shoes, would run nervously across the stage to shake the presider's hand and get your diploma. The bad news is we don't have an opportunity to do that today. The good news is that instead, you all get to remain seated comfortably on your couches or in your kitchen tables and watch every one of our graduates parade virtually in front of you. Clearly, I think we all would prefer to be doing this live, but I think you'll agree that this is not a bad way to celebrate the amazing class of 2020 and to get a glimpse into your friends and your section mates' lives. So here we go.
Pierre Abousleiman. Nikhil Agarwal. Deeksha Agrawal. Paula Alvarez Lopez. Danielle Amirault. Audrey Anderson. Adar Arnan. Avis Atkins. Maxime René Imono, High Distinction. Ramez Ayoub. Oliver Badenhorst, High Distinction. Matt Bergeson McAlpin. John Brichelia. Sean Brown. Toni Campbell. Arting Chang. Charlotte Chang, Distinction. Monica Chow. Leo Klassen. Michael Cray. James Eckfeldt. Amelia Elverson. Bruna Engler. Jade Enns. Derek Fung. Baker Flag. Samuel Ford, Distinction. Michalis Fruzis. Jack Gannon. Carlos Garcia. Ty Gillespie. Miriam Hashem. Omar Hamdallah. Cathy Han. Lori Harrington. Courtney Hesse. Kaitlyn Hoey. Christian Holkabor. Ian Hosfeld. Kevin Sue. Sara Huang. Anjali Itzkowitz. Ratnam Jain. Alex Janata. Patrick Jones. Philip Joseph, high distinction. Arman Keshani. Kaylee Kaloran. Irene Kwok. Jamie Landman. Megan Lapp. John Layden. Hedin Lee. Ross Lerner. Eric Levine. Vlad Lee. Christo Lioto. Leonardo Lujan. Faith Lyons. Rohan Malhotra. Pranav Manoharan. Leila Meliani. Justin Munt, high distinction. Masato Nakamura. Allison Nathanson. Ricardo Nicolli. Justin Oldroyd. Claire Osterman. Catherine O'Sullivan. Alisia Painter. Elise Polizel. Nikolas Riefkohl. Tabatha Robinson. David Roos. Derek Russell. Sadaharu Saiki, distinction. Emily Schlichting, distinction. Shoaib. Bernie Sue. Kyung Min Song. Nancy Torres. Tim Tusher. Melissa Villanueva. Michael Volpert. Richard Waitumbi, high distinction. Jayant Walia. Alexa Walls. Christine Wang. Margaret Whittenberger. Nicha Wongsuphasawat. Zong Shu. Valentina Zaria. David Joe.
Take a little minute here just to enjoy and celebrate each other. You can turn off your mic, you can unmute if you want and just give a little scream.
Oh.
Wow.
Hey.
Congrats, everyone.
Okay. Congratulations to all of you for a fabulous job. I hope you have a chance to celebrate on your own time and with each other once you're back again. But for the moment, by whatever temporary power has been vested in me by the president and fellows of Harvard University, it is my distinct pleasure to formally declare that each and every one of you is now officially a graduate of the Harvard Business School Class of 2020. I wish you all luck. I wish you love, and I will miss you. Congratulations to you all. Now, there is one final segment of today's celebration, and one that in some strange ways takes advantage of our virtual time together. So we always take a moment at the end of these festivities to thank the many people who not only helped our graduates cross the stage, but also raised them and loved them and got them to the brink of that stage in the first place. Their parents, their partners, their siblings, their teachers, and their friends. Typically, we only have the ability to thank these supporters in the abstract. But today, thanks to Zoom and our incredibly hardworking colleagues in the MBA program, we will end our ceremony by showing you some glimpses of the many people who played such a big role in shaping our graduates' lives. So on behalf of the school, I want to thank all of you I want to congratulate everyone here in the room virtually and via whatever means has brought you here. Thank you, congratulations, and good luck to you all.